There is just something so special about that. Welcome back to my workshop, and we have a very exciting project coming up. Okay, that was a little teaser to get you psyched up about the rest of this video, which is going to be so good. But I wanted to interrupt for a minute to remind you the Father's Day launch is now live on my website, which features the first ever Bake Apple Grand Class. And the Grand Class is a step above your standard Bake Apple. Same steel, same dimensions, so it will perform just the same, but we have that beautiful compound, 3 different grinds on there, the back switch, solid copper pins, just an exquisite knife, airbrush belt sheath. They're ready to go. Hopefully we have lots of stock for you guys. I don't think we'll run out real quickly, but I wouldn't count on it too much. But make sure you come back and finish this video because you guys are really gonna like it. This is a Tikka T3 Custom. I'm not sure why I keep saying custom in this video. It's the Tikka T3 Deluxe. Sometimes it's weird when you're filming like this, you can say a word incorrectly a dozen times, one after the other, and you don't even realize because you're occupied with filming. This rifle was discontinued several years ago, and I just picked it up in brand new condition at a shop in Ontario. It was brought in by, I believe, a collector, and it's, as far as we know, in pretty much unfired condition, and it is just so beautiful. I was really set. I was looking for a new big game caliber rifle that would be more on the lines of an heirloom rifle, one to last me my days, one to pass down. I have a Savage Axis, which is a beautiful rifle and performs really well. We've done some work to it. It's a really great rifle, but it just doesn't have that that heirloom quality, something that you'd like to pass down. And I really love the hardwood stocks. It's just something special to me over the synthetic. I know a lot of guys now would prefer the synthetic, but I really love the hardwood. And I was set on the T3X, the new Tikka T3X, but then I found this T3 Custom, which is a grade above and has some features and stuff that the T3X doesn't. And I'm just so excited. But I've never put a round through this thing. There are some things I want to do to detail this out here now to make it that perfect rifle to me and get it set up. So we're going to do that. Before we get this project started, I want to give you an overview on the rifle, because before purchasing, or when purchasing, I could find almost nothing on the T3 Custom. So little out there. So like I said, this one is chambered in 300 Winchester short mag. Tikka, if you're not familiar at all, it's made by Sako in Finland. And really high quality rifles. Just beautiful. But the Custom has a separate wood fore-end tip here. You can see that gloss blued finish, just absolutely flawless. We have beautiful checkering, which the T3X comes with now. Matte finish receiver here. Just a beautiful rifle. See that grip cap there? Hardwood as well, rosewood I believe. The T3 cap. Just a beautiful piece of hardwood. Now this rifle comes with a little bit more of a matte finish, but with some boiled linseed oil, some thyme, cloth, and some friction, I've put a beautiful gloss on there. As you can see, a nice hand-rubbed oil finish, which I'm really happy with. Beautiful grip, just nice. And of course, something Tikka is famous for is their glassy actions. And they're so slick. This bolt just feels like something I've never experienced before. Just so little effort. And it just glides. Watch this. That's a thing of beauty. Something I really want to do with this rifle, which is going to be the focus of today's video, is jewel our rifle bolt. And if you've never seen that before, it is a real treat. I'm going to press the bolt release button here on the other side. Pull that bolt out, and this is just going to look exquisite when we're done. Okay, now here is our fully assembled bolt. And every bolt disassembles a little different. So just like that, we can remove that bolt shroud. Now we're just going to decock the bolt there like that. And this bolt handle should remove. It's kind of in a dovetail here. And there it is. So it slides right out. See, it sits in a notch here. Just slips right in. You can get these custom. Who knows? Maybe we'll even make one of these on the mill. Wouldn't that be fun? And there we go. Firing pin assembly has been removed. That is pristine. Look at that heat treat on the fore end here, the firing pin assembly. Look at the heat treat lines. Now for this next part, we're clamping the bolt into my soft jawed vise. And it's very important to use a soft jawed vise for this type of work. You don't want to mar up your beautiful rifle bolt. This bolt has a lovely finish already, so I'm going to try starting with some 600 grit paper. Let's see where that gets us. See what kind of divots we have left in there. Maybe I'll try a piece of 400. You know, even this is a simple, lovely addition to your rifle. If you want to do a little bit of customization work, spruce it up a little bit without all we're about to do. There's factory finish, which is kind of dull, of course. And then once we start to reveal the other side, look at that. And that's just with 400 grit paper. A very quick scuff with 400. Feels nice and slick. It's got that little bit of sheen there now, so we'll continue finishing the bolt with the 400, move to 600, probably 800. Who knows where we'll end up. Nice upgrade, just right there alone. And here is the finish with 1000 grit sandpaper, which is just lovely. So I took the tape off the end because I figured it should be polished. This is what extrudes to the back of the rifle. Now we're going to give it a little buffing with some white compound and see what that does. And so here now you can see factory bolt, but polished. And you could go much further. You can still see the striations in there from the 400 grit, but we're not too worried about that. But have a look at it compared to factory finish bolt handle, which is the finish this bolt had. So quite different. I think we're going to polish this bolt handle as well before we reinstall the bolt. What do you think? Even that, I think, is a beautiful little upgrade just to make your rifle a little more yours. Now here's the part where it gets a little more serious. We have the King Industrial vertical mill here. This is the KC20 VS-2, so it's a variable speed. It's their second size up. They actually have one smaller than this, but it's just a beautiful machine. And we have it set up with a rotary chuck from Vevor. Vevor contacted me. Vevor, V-E-V-O-R, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly. They contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in testing out one of their products. So I had a look and they had this beauty and I jumped at it because it's just what I wanted for this project. Of course, these are very valuable for all sorts of mill type projects, but this is perfect for this scenario. And what you have here is a precision milled chassis. This sits flat on your mill table. Then you have a lathe style chuck. This is a 3-jaw here, but you could get an aftermarket 4-jaw if you wanted, but it operates the same as any lathe chuck. Got a couple sets of jaws. These are ones for grasping inner diameter. The other ones flip and operate the opposite way. But what's beautiful about an indexing head here is you have a number of different graduation type markings. And just watch this. Let's remove that. Look at that. This is an indexing head that allows you to rotate a piece of stock at precision measurements or very precise degree intervals. And you have measurements here in millimeters. So you can see those holes right here. This handle also has this pin which locks out so you don't have to use it, but you can use those graduated markings there, and it comes with sheets to tell you exactly what these degree measurements are for, and should you have the need you can also switch out for these different graduated plates. Now I'm not going to do it right now because I already have this trued up with my mill on my table. This whole head unit also flips up vertical. You unlock it on the inside here, flips up vertical, and you have a flat rotating table, which you can imagine the possibilities with a system like this. You can do all kinds of stuff. Now today we're going to be using it to grasp our bolt here. So just like a lathe, you can center it down. Just like that. Now we don't have a lot to bite onto here, obviously. So as we apply pressure on this end, this is going to get a little spongy, a little sloppy, which is exactly why in the last video I built this adjusting support base that will lock in place. Now since that video wasn't quite secure enough, since then I milled out the bottom, installed some magnets there, so it bites onto my table. But we'll adjust this up now and add some support for our bolt. And now you can put all kinds of pressure on there and it's not going anywhere. Okay, so here's how our chuck rotates. Isn't that beautiful? So smooth. And like I said, the incredible thing about it is that you have these precise measurements. You have these lockout knobs here so that you can fix the chuck. Then you can move a precise measurement to which I've already calculated, and then it's locked out again. So you can really imagine all the possibilities with a unit like this. Now I can't give you all of my secrets for this process, including my paste here and my cutter head and all of this stuff, because this was a hard developed process. A lot of research, a lot of watching other videos and doing a lot of reading, a lot of which just did not work like was advertised on various videos. And so I built my own cutter head after trying all different types of abrasive rods and building things of my own and wooden dowels, and just so many things did not work. And when you develop a hard fought process like that, you kind of feel like hanging on to it. If you want, you can come back in probably 6 or 8 months and we'll be finishing up. One pass has been made.
Finished up, you know, we got to do a little bit of wiring and all that stuff. I'll figure it out.
Babies are still famous today. Think of Steve Vai.
247 circles. And that tailstock holder there that we crafted worked exactly as I had hoped. Gotta clean this gently now because it's covered in that grinding compound. Now are you sure you're ready to see what we got done here? Because you might need to take a seat. This is really special. Here it is. Just look at that. Wow, I did one just last night actually. I did my 308. And I didn't bring the original finish of the bolt up to as high a finish. Wow, this just looks... I'm blown away. It couldn't have looked better for my rifle, in my opinion. Of course, everyone has their own tastes. You guys might not like this. Some fellow might be watching this saying, I don't want that on my rifle. And that is just fine. But for me, for this heirloom piece, this rifle here that I want to last and to pass down one day, wow. What do you think? An improvement? I like it. Personally, again, this all comes down to personal taste. Let's get this bolt reassembled so we can see it in the firearm. Okay, we're going to be seeing it for the first time together here. I haven't put the bolt in the gun yet either. What an upgrade. Wow, I am just so pleased with that. It's just as slick. This adds almost no texture, although other than looks, there is a notable improvement from gunsmiths and gun manufacturers that these very micro brush strokes, of course they hold oil, and I'm gonna pull that out now and oil that bolt properly, but it holds oil, so it actually reduces friction rather than increase it, as you might think. Everything's operating just beautifully. That glassy Tikka action. Lovely, lovely. So that is all we have left for today. I was really hoping to get that scope all mounted up, but because we run into this little hiccup and I got to do a little bit of machining, that takes some time. So we're gonna push that off for the next video. This is all I can get done today. Really appreciate you watching. I want to remind you once more to go over and check out my website there now today. You'll be able, hopefully, I have quite a bit of stock this time. Dad and I worked pretty hard to get these prepared for you guys. If you want to get them ordered in for Dad for Father's Day, or if you're the dad and you want Mama to get you a little treat, go ahead and drop her some hints or send her a link to this video or to the website and get that on the way so you got lots of time for shipping. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here. One last look at these beautiful creations, the Bake Apple Grand Class. Make sure you come back to the next part of this rifle build series as we get it put together. We're going to be building a custom rifle sling. We're going to be finishing up mounting that scope with some more machining work. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next video. Now I know you're curious, what rifle scope did we choose for this package? Okay, I can't handle that. We're going to have to backtrack a little bit.